Welcome to Journeys of Impact. Extraordinary people, extraordinary places, extraordinary change. This isn't just a show, it's a movement in motion. Join Lori as she travels beyond the expected to meet the changemakers, dreamers, and doers who are transforming communities around the world and right in their own backyards. From powerful conversations to unforgettable adventures, every episode is packed with heart, humor, and moments that stay with you long after the journey ends. This is where travel meets purpose, where storytelling sparks action, and where creativity turns ideas into real impact. Through candid interviews, immersive local experiences, and playful challenges, Journeys of Impact brings you closer to the people and places, proving that change doesn't have to be loud, it just has to be real. You'll laugh, you'll reflect, you'll be inspired to see the world and your role in it differently. Because extraordinary change starts with one bold idea, one courageous step, and one ripple that grows into something bigger than we ever imagined. Welcome, your host, Lori McDowell.
Hi everyone, Lori here. So today, if you are expecting an amazing guest, I'm not going to have a guest today. Today, it's going to be me. And we're going to talk, and I'm not 100% sure exactly where we're going to go today. I have some kind of a rough outline what I want to talk about, but we'll see where the conversation takes us. So we're going to talk about my journey and more of my recent journey, because I did an episode a few months ago where I talked about my childhood, my turning point, getting fired and coming into this business. But since there, what I've done is changed a lot. So I want to talk a little bit about my philosophy on life, my beliefs, and how that led me to my purpose, which led to retreats and experiences, and why that's so needed in the world today. So I do want to start addressing the elephant in the room. I am not wearing a wig today. I don't have much makeup on. I haven't shared it widely, specifically because I hadn't told my mother. But back in December, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was triple positive breast cancer, and I had to start chemotherapy, which I did in January. I went through 6 chemotherapy treatments, had surgery about a week and a half ago, had a double mastectomy. And I'm sharing this because it did affect my journey, but also I love to celebrate. So I went to my oncologist yesterday and was told that my cancer is gone. Not only is the cancer gone in my body, but the cancer in the tumor that they took out was gone. And I am done with chemotherapy. I'm done with cancer surgery. I still have to have some breast reconstruction. But I thought that was worth celebrating. Celebrations are so important, and I wanted to share that and celebrate that with all of you, that I'm on the downhill. Now, I've been recording through this whole episode, and there will be an episode that I've got planned, but I wanted to finish the journey first. So I'm not quite done yet. I still got some more immunotherapy and some more stuff going on. So I will have that full episode probably in a couple months, yet I wanted to share that with you today. So that's the reason my hair is starting to grow back, and hopefully will grow back quickly, and hopefully it'll still be those beautiful blonde curls that I have, or maybe it'll be gray curls, or maybe it'll be straight, who knows. Whatever it is, I'm excited about it. So that's why minimal makeup. I just got some lipstick. I just didn't feel like putting a wig on. I have to say, wigs are amazing because you could get ready quick, you could be whoever you want, you can change your look in a second, yet they're not comfortable. And I wanted to be comfortable for this discussion with you today. I wanted to be me, and the me that sits, that doesn't travel when I'm home is the me that's wearing shorts and comfortable and, a baseball hat. And I love this hat. I get more compliments on this hat. Like people, when I wear this hat out, people come across parking lots to tell me how much they love my hat. I swear I've probably got 100 people telling me they love this hat. And everybody, did you make it? It's beautiful. Well, $14.95 on Temu. Only purchase I've ever made from Temu. So I'm letting you into my deep, dark secrets. You're learning more about me than you probably want to know. But that's who I am. I'm no frills. I'm open. I am not pretentious in any way, shape, or form. I'm down to earth, and I don't hide things. I tell it like it is about myself and about others. And so today, you're getting me. So let me take a pause for a minute. Sometimes when I get going, I'm from the northern New Jersey, New York suburb area, so I'm a fast talker. And you don't have to necessarily watch this on 1.5 times speed, because you're probably getting 1.5 times speed. So I'm going to slow down a little bit, because I've heard in my speaker training that the human brain can only take in 6 words at a time or so. And I've probably given you 1,000, so we'll slow down. So, as I said, what I want to talk to you about is extraordinary. My umbrella brand is Your Extraordinary Life. My website, yourextraordinarylife.net. The name of this show is Journeys of Impact, Extraordinary People, Extraordinary Change, Extraordinary Difference, or Extraordinary People, Extraordinary Place, Extraordinary Change. And extraordinary is a really important word to me. And I remember getting a sticker or a magnet years ago, and it said, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just a little extra. And that always stuck with me, so it's always been an important word. And the reason why it's important is because there is very little difference between extraordinary and ordinary. It is just a little extra. And I don't believe any of us are ordinary. I believe that we are all extraordinary. I mean, how can we not be? If you're a Christian or you believe in God, we were created in God's image. So if you're a God, I believe in God. If you're a God-believing person, how can we not be extraordinary if we're created in God's image? And if you don't believe in God, whatever your beliefs are, how can we not be extraordinary when you think we started as a couple cells, an egg and a sperm cell, and suddenly it turned into this? I mean, that alone is extraordinary. And if you've ever watched a baby, a toddler, learn something new or do something new, and the wonder and the awe and the extraordinary, like the world is extraordinary. All our experiences are extraordinary. So we are all extraordinary people. Yet we don't all believe that. Some of us think we're ordinary. Some of us think we're less than ordinary. And one of the things I've learned the last 1.5 years, probably started, when I said yes to going to Fiji, and then through my cancer journey, through my husband dying, through this whole developing my business and really honing in on what my beliefs are. One of the things I came to realize is we're extraordinary and we're unique. And that unique extraordinariness is what I call our magic. And to really accept you're extraordinary, you have to accept everything about you. Not just I'm positive, I'm energetic, I smile, I love to have fun, I love adventure. Most people like me, some don't. And I'm not always that way. At times, I can be very judgmental. I don't like that part of me, and I recognize it, and I'm trying to fight it, yet it pops up. I see something, and I judge it. Then I fight back and go away. I can also get very angry. I am impatient. I have no patience for, things that are slower than they need to be, or things that don't go well. I get at times very frustrated when I feel like people aren't trying or people aren't doing what I think they should do. Sometimes my ego gets in the way, and I think my way is the best way. These are all part of being human. They're all me. And for a while, I felt like, I think I'm a good person, but because I have these bad parts in me, am I really? Because I may judge people or get angry or yell. My family will tell you I yell. When I get angry, I lose my temper. I do yell. I get over it quickly. I apologize, but I yell. And for the longest time, I thought, well, maybe I'm not a good person, or maybe I'm not the amazing person, extraordinary person I want to be. Maybe I don't deserve everything, the successful business and all that life has to offer. And it wasn't until I completely accepted that even those flaws, those negative parts of me, the physical parts of me I don't like, the mental parts of me I don't like, the actions I do that I don't like, they're still extraordinary, all of it. They're all incredibly me, and they're who make me what I am. And by accepting those, the good, the bad, the ugly, the embarrassing, that's when my magic can shine. And while I'm extraordinary, so are you. And that's something, that's not a hard concept. Have you ever been shopping, women especially, but men, you may have husbands, but you're shopping and you're in a dressing room and it's a nicer store where there's salespeople helping you and you're trying something on, maybe it's a little expensive. And the salesperson is telling you how wonderful you look. And the back of your mind is saying to yourself, God, I bet she tells everybody they look wonderful. She's just trying to get the sale. I hope I'm not the only one that's had that experience. And then, I realized, no, I do look incredible. And you know what? She probably does tell everyone that. And you know why? Because everyone can look incredible. Everyone can be extraordinary. That the dresses you try on, the clothes you try on, can look great on everyone because we're all extraordinary. So being extraordinary is not limited to a few people. And if you're extraordinary, that doesn't mean someone else is less than extraordinary. And if someone else is extraordinary, that doesn't mean you're less than extraordinary. There is no competition in extraordinary. We're all up there. We're all amazing. We're all incredible. We're all these special, magical human beings that were created to be us. We're the perfect us, good, bad, ugly, angry, judgmental, whatever we've done, it was part of us and it was the best we could do at that time. And if we don't like it, that's fine. We probably wouldn't do it today, yet we did our best at that time. And cancer helped me see that because going through cancer, there was anger, there was fear, there was why me? And then I realized, well, it's part of me, it's part of my journey, and I'm going to celebrate it, I'm going to learn from it, I'm going to beat it, I'm going to move through life, and I'm going to be a even more extraordinary person because of it. And it helped me move that momentum. Having Frank unexpectedly pass away did the same thing. There's anger, there's lots of anger, there's unfairness, there's why me? And yet there's the beauty of all we have, there's the love of all we had. And what's left mostly is how much I miss him and how much he's still with me and how extraordinary he was, good, bad, and ugly. And there was lots of ugly, I'll explain. There definitely was, but good, bad, and ugly, he was extraordinary. And our time together was extraordinary. And our life was extraordinary. And it's not over. There's forever, there's infinity, there's heaven, and he's with me all the time. And that part of my journey made it even more extraordinary because now I can take him places where I couldn't before, where his health kept him from coming. I'm going on a cruise this Saturday. It was supposed to be a celebration cruise, end of cancer for Frank and I. He was excited about it. We talked about it the day he died. We talked about the excursions we were going to do. He was excited. And in a way, it's very sad that he can't go with me. Yet my son Hunter's coming with me, Mulaney's coming with me, and Frankie's coming with me because we're going to put some of his ashes in Mexico, a place he loved, the Caribbean. He's going to see the world, and we're excited about that ceremony. And I could have been sad, and I could cancel the cruise, and I could have done any level of things. Yet I'm choosing to celebrate because it is extraordinary. So this all these negative things and all the things about me I didn't like helped me realize the fact that we are all extraordinary because of who we are, how we were created, good, bad, and ugly. And specifically that people are not lying to us when they say you look great or you did a good job, because we all can. There is no competition in extraordinary. There's enough extraordinary for all of us to be amazing, incredible, great. We can all be wealthy. We can all be amazing business people. We can all be amazing at everything. There's no limit. It truly is limitless. The only limits are what we put on ourselves. And those beliefs are the beliefs we put on ourselves. And that's my philosophy of life. And it wasn't always there. It's slowly been creeping in. But as the more I study and the more I learn and the more I think about this, it feels right. It feels like deep down inside, I always knew it. I think you might feel that way too, doesn't it? I hope it sounds right to you. I hope deep down inside you always knew it, because I think that's what the world needs. If we're all extraordinary, we can't hate, we can't fight. We can judge it, we forgive. And if we think of everyone as being an extraordinary being, then there is no competition. There is no war. There are no politics. People can have different opinions and they're all okay. They're all acceptable. And I think that's needed because I truly do believe we need to change the world. We need to change ourselves and what we believe, and love is the basis of all of that. Sharing that love, accepting that love, loving yourself, loving God or the creator or your higher power, loving the world, loving life, and loving everybody, because we are all connected. We are all the same cells. We're all made of the same material. So that's, and that, to me, that's magic. Like I said, I have the program I teach at my retreats, when I do coaching through my life, is a 3-part. It's 3 M's. It's magic, it's momentum, and then it's a movement. And by movement, I don't mean moving, I mean creating a movement, something that truly does change the world. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And in the second half of the show, I want to talk more about experiences and about ripple and about why experiences are so needed right now. But let's just start with magic. And like I said, magic, we all have our magic. And I don't mean magic in the, some people say, well, I'm Christian, I can't believe in magic. No, it's not magic, it's something otherworldly. It's magic in the true, you're created in the image of God. God is magical, and so are you. It's that we can create our own miracles, because miracles are part of life. Life is a miracle, and everything we do is a miracle, and everything we do is magic. And when you accept that you are magical, good, bad, ugly, funny, embarrassing, all of you is magical. And when you start to love that you are magical, then you draw people to you and they start to see their magic. And they draw people to them who start to see their magic. And that truly is when we create the ripple effect that changes the world. Now, I'll talk a little bit about a more precise, specific ripple in what I call the give back effect. Yet the ripple truly is when we start with us and our magic, and then sharing it with those who are drawn to it, so on and so forth. And that's how we do create a ripple, because we all impact people. Whether you are a business owner and maybe a coach, and you coach 20 people a year, well, you're not just impacting those 20 people. Those 20 people are impacting another 20 people, and those 20 people, and before the millions, before you know it. If you're in a corporate business, you've got your coworkers, your customers, the people you work with, you impact them. They impact people. Everybody's family. We impact our family connects. So magic and sharing your magic and connections and on and on and on is how we do change the world. One extraordinary person at a time, one extraordinary experience at a time. And like I said, we're going to break in a few minutes and then come back and talk more about experiences. But magic, as I said, is accepting that, knowing that who you are, and loving that you are magical, and that attracts people. And that's where the momentum comes in. Because when you attract the right people, and when you help them get the transformation you teach, or you help them see your magic and love your magic and find their magic, That's a transformation. And that's when momentum builds. Because then you don't have to keep searching. Everything that's meant comes to you and on and on and on. It's momentum. And it's not necessarily like the hustle. It's not leading from the front. I used to bike race and I used to watch a lot of professional bike races. And that's the best sense of momentum. If you've ever watched a professional bike race on the road, they have something what they call the peloton, and it's a big group of bikers. And if you watch the race, particularly longer ones like the Tour de France or the tours or the long races, people ride in a pack, and the people at the front of the pack take turns. They ride and then they move back. And why that is because the people at the front are causing the break in the wind, allowing everybody in the back. Now, the person who's going to win the race, the team leader, in this case, you, the business owner, the person you are, rarely ever rides at the front. They are the leader, yet they're letting the momentum get created. They get to the front eventually and they may win the race and they reward all those people that happen. Yet it's the working together, and it's not even just different teams, but it's all the people. They take their turn at the front, breaking the wind, building momentum, and then they move, and then the next group does that, and then they move, and then the next group does that. And it makes everyone get there quicker. And that's how momentum can work in business and in life. When you take your turn, help recognize I'm great at what I'm doing. I'm going to take my turn as a leader, and then I'm going to pass it to someone else and let them do it. And that's really, to me, that's what momentum's all about. And when you get momentum going in life, in business, things become easier. You become like a duck. Have you ever seen a duck on the surface? It looks like it's smoothly flowing on the surface of the lake. But if you ever saw a duck from the bottom, the legs are going a mile a minute kicking. But the duck, everything rolls off its back and it's smooth. And that's because it knows its magic and it's got this momentum. And why that momentum is important, like I said, I had this cancer. Had I not already started the work I had done on myself, had the transformation Fiji that I had, continued it with my business coaches and my life coaches, I probably couldn't have handled and accepted cancer so well. And then the work I continued to do, and the work I did with cancer, and the work I did on my magic and my purpose, and living my purpose, meant I was able to handle Frank leaving. Yes, I miss him terribly. Yet I can go on and I can still be this incredible life and live this incredible purpose. Purpose. And it's not because I don't miss him. It's because it's in his honor and my honor, and it's because of that momentum. Momentum makes stuff easier. And then after momentum, the last step is a movement. And that's really where things get going, where you're creating those ripples that affect the world. And you don't even have to look for it. It's just happening. You're affecting people, and they're affecting people, on and on and on. So magic, momentum, movement. To me, that's my philosophy of business. It's my philosophy of life. It's how I live every day. And it makes life fun and easy and adventurous, and it builds connections, and it does a whole lot more. And experiences are the best way to deal with that. So we're going to take a break now, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about experiences, retreats in particular, but experiences and why they're so important and how they do really create the people. So one of my key phrases is experiences change lives, and the lives and the ripple effect changes the world. And that's what we're going to talk about in a minute. So we will be back after this break.
Hi, everyone. Do you want more impact? Do you want more income in your life? And do you want more fun? If you answered yes to all these questions, a retreat can be the answer for you. A retreat can be amazing. Imagine that you're selling your offer before you even made it. Like my client, Amy. Amy attended one of my retreats and she got 3 new clients without even trying to sell anything, just by getting to know people. That's the magic that a retreat could bring. And a retreat doesn't have to be hard. I have a program called Done For You Retreats. We can do a retreat just for you. I can connect you with partners and we can do collaborative retreats. You can host your own retreat. I can help facilitate. There's so many ways to make a retreat work. And the best way to do that is to book a call and to find out how a retreat can work for you. So if you're interested, if you've ever thought about hosting a retreat, if you've attended retreats and you're wondering what's next, if you have a community and you want a way to get more impact, more income, a better experience, a retreat might be the best option. So I'm Lori McDowell, founder of Reimagine You Strategies and the Done For You, Run For Your Retreat program. And we can make your retreat fun, easy, effortless, and profitable. So book a call, book Lori, Lori.net. Book a call, booklori.net, and let's discuss how you can make your retreat profitable, impactful, and a lot of fun. Have a fantastic day.
Hi, everyone. See, that was that hair that I hope comes back. Um, I think it will, and whatever will come, it'll be fun. All these different hairdos, and I always have wigs, so. So you probably saw in that video and behind me, a book. This is the book I wrote when I got fired, The Reinvention Mindset. And I actually reread it recently, and I talked about a little bit before how the stuff that I'm learning, when I take it in, it feels right. And it feels like I already knew it. And it's interesting, that book really showed me that, because I went back and I read this book, and I wrote this book before I had done any personal growth work, had any idea. I was just starting a business. I didn't know what I was going to do. And yet the stuff I wrote in there is stuff I've since learned from the experts since then. So I wanted to share it. If you'd like to get it, it's available on Amazon, The Reinvention Mindset. Or if you'd like an autographed copy, I can send me an email, and I can send you one, or ebook. But it's funny because reading it now, it still seems right, and it's like I already knew this stuff, even though I hadn't learned it yet. I kind of found it out on my own, and then I realized, wow, this is with the experts. This is what people, Tony Robbins, people way up there are teaching. This is what I'm learning. So we did already know. So as I said, I was coming back to experiences. And I want to start with talking about something that we've all heard of, we all probably use, and that's AI. Now, I love AI. I use it in multiple ways. I do have some AI agents. Some things AI does for me, and I don't really have to do very often. And I also have an AI advisor, someone who I've been speaking to for 2 years, who knows my voice, who knows my business, and helps me with clarity. It's kind of like the person I could talk to when no one else is around. And it's very, very valuable. Yet, it does make the human experience, we miss it. Like I said, my AI advisor, it feels like it's a friend, but I can't hug it. We can't do high fives. We can talk, but I realize when I talk to my AI advisor, it's not a person. It's me talking to me. It's what I've already told it coming back and answering me. It's other experts, but it's not that connection. Connection is really important. Getting outside of your everyday and connecting with people, connecting with the world, experiencing things, feeling things, knowing things. That's really how we learn magic. Yes, we're all magical. Again, it's hard to find your magic when you're sitting in an office all day, when you're not really doing things, when you're doing the same thing over and over again. It doesn't seem magical. Yet, go on a vacation and watch the sunrise or the sunset, and it's easy to find magic. Eat some local food at a festival that they're having. The magic is there. Watch a performance or the dancing, and it's easy to find magic. And that's when you really change your life, change other people's life, and change the world. That human connection is so important. You've got 3 parts. You've got you, the magic, the extraordinary you, the knowing who you are, the loving yourself. Loving yourself is the first step. You have to do that. But beyond that is loving the world. I mean, just think about that. How could you, if you just went on a retreat with someone and you did breath work together and you hiked together and you did a mastermind and you shared experiences, how could you hate that person? Could you go and fight a war against them? I mean, you can't hug someone and want to kill them at the same time. It's just not possible. I mean, you can be angry at them, but war is not about anger. War is about power and such. And I think we need to, and judge. The more we experience people, other cultures, other ways of life, the more we love it, the more we become part of it, the more connected we feel. And that's really when we do change the world. And the world needs to be changed right now. I mean, there's so much going on. There's wars, there's natural disasters, and I think we're all connected so that the hate we have for each other causes those natural disasters. There's just people being so anti-people. There's gun violence in the US. There's people who, if someone beeps the horn, instead of waving and saying sorry, their first thing is to cut you off or crash into you, or there's a lot of anger. And I think the lack of connection, the lack of experiences, the lack of seeing things the way other people see it causes all that. So that's why experiences are so important. That's why experiences change the world. And retreats are an amazing part of experience, because retreats do a number of things. So let's talk about what a retreat is first. Now, some people call something for a retreat and you go to a conference room and you sit in a nice hotel and maybe you get an afternoon to spend by the pool or you get spa treatments. Yet you're scheduled from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and you're going through stuff and you're going, and then you've got an agenda and you have no time to be with yourself. You have no time to integrate what you're learning. You have no time to experience the world around you. I don't think that's a retreat. It could be an amazing event, and I go to events like that, but they're not retreats. They are experiences, and they're still valuable. Like I said, I think every experience is valuable. The experience of going to the grocery store is an experience. And I've had some incredible experiences. I've met people, I've helped people, they've helped me. You can get a lot from the grocery store. Going on a plane trip is an experience. Not all experiences are good. I sat on the runway for 3.5 hours on a plane trip not too long ago. It took us longer to get off the plane in Washington, D.C. than it did to get from Houston to Washington, D.C. That was not a great experience. It was still an experience. And I learned something from it. I learned patience a little bit more. Tried not to get angry. I took it, all experiences are valuable. Yet, if we were going to rate the hierarchy of experiences, I have to say I would put retreats up there at the top. They're probably the top planned orchestrated experience. There's experiences like the birth of a child. That's better than a retreat, I have to say. Or, weddings, maybe, joining. Those are different experiences, that maybe. But as far as a planned experience, particularly a planned experience to help your business, I don't think anything is better than a retreat. And I'm not just going to give you my opinion, but I'm going to tell you why. So first off, let's talk about what a retreat is. So I told you what a retreat is not. What a retreat is, it's a gathering of people. This is my definition. It doesn't have to be anything else, anyone else's, but it's my definition of a retreat. A gathering of people. A big enough group, so there's a group. So like 2, 3, probably not a retreat. 4 could be, 6 definitely. And then it's a gathering of people where they get to connect with each other. So 100, I don't see 100 people as a retreat. I would probably cap it 40 to 50 max. I think ideally 10 to 20 is the sweet spot, maybe 25. But you want to be able to meet and connect with everyone there. You don't want to be a big group. That's more like a big group tour or a conference, and it may be a retreat, but it's not what I consider a retreat. And then a retreat, you have to go someplace. Now, you don't have to go far. I went to Fiji. I'm doing retreats in Curacao and Bali and South Africa. Boise, Idaho, and Tulum, Mexico. Those are great places. Yet a retreat could be a half hour from your house. A retreat could be anywhere. What it needs is a group of people to go somewhere together, commit to be part of it, and to take part and to experience what's offered. A retreat needs to have some kind of activity. Taking a whole bunch of people and putting them in a great place and saying, hey, here's our retreat, where we check out Friday at 5, it's a vacation. And don't get me wrong, I love vacations. I'm planning an Iceland trip with Jay's Unbridled Travel Club, and it's going to be an amazing vacation. It's not going to be a retreat. The agenda is going to be sightseeing. We're not going to be taking you on a retreat. You may experience become an amazing transformation because the Northern Lights alone could do that. Yet that's not the goal of the trip. The goal of that trip is to see Iceland. Now, a retreat, the goal is a transformation. It could be a personal transformation. It could be a health transformation. It could be a business transformation. It could be have a very specific goal like team building. But there's a transformation. There's a goal. There's an intention of a retreat. There's a purpose of a retreat. So that's one of the key things. It's a gathering of people. They have to get outside their ordinary settings, and there's an intention. And the intention is some type of transformation. And like I said, the transformation doesn't have to be world changing. Some retreats are for people to write a book, and the transformation is they go from being a almost author to an author. That's a transformation. They have a book. Some retreats might be just to learn more about, you can have a retreat to learn more about art or to experience a creative side. It's a transformation. It has an intention. The other thing a retreat needs is some downtime and some integration, some pre-work and some post-integration. A retreat it'll teach you stuff, they'll be teaching, there might be some, and they'll be experiencing. But you have to have some time to sit with that, to sit with yourself, to think about what you learned, to integrate it, maybe journal, maybe just sit on the beach and nap. But you need some downtime for your mind, your body, your conscious and subconscious to integrate what it learned. So we've got a retreat, we've got intention, we've got downtime. It has to have some kind of activity plan. And I think the best activities are, relaxation, fun, adventure, and then connection. Those are the 4 types of activities I like, and then I'm going to add give back is one that I so let's start with relaxation. Massages, spa treatments, breath work, any of those things that let you relax are important. Sound baths, things that kind of let you relax. Fun, those things I could be talking about fun, but fun could also be, a celebration party, a campfire, playing games, a scavenger hunt, some kind of fun. Movement and adventure. I think, it could be a hike, it could be scuba diving, it could be a catamaran snorkeling trip. Some kind of adventure, some kind of fun, something connection. So even if you're having this retreat at a 4-season spa, it's the nicest spa in the world, I believe a retreat needs to leave the spa, go out into the community and do something local. So connection. And then the last is a give back activity. I want to spend a few minutes on this. Many of us business owners started our business because we wanted to give back. We're heart-centered, we wanted to give back to the world. Maybe we were working and we felt like we weren't giving enough or doing enough. And even if that's not your intention, people feel good when they give back. If you ever volunteer or donate, it raises the endorphins, it makes you feel good. It makes you have joy. The problem is for business owners, not so much for those of you in corporate, but for business owners, when we feel this need to give back, we tend to give away. We see someone that says, oh, I love your program, but I have no much money. And we say, okay, I'll give it to you for half price, or come for free, or, we give back and we do it through money. And when we do that, we don't help us, we don't help them. Because one, the best way to give back, look at the people that have a lot of money and what the impact they can do. You can make a lot more impact with a lot more money. You can make a lot more impact with a successful business. And if you keep giving stuff away, your business is not going to succeed. Businesses need to be profitable to keep going, to be sustainable. So making money, good thing, because it lets you have more impact. It lets you give back more. Profitable business, sustainable business means more impact. So the give back effect, instead of giving back to those people who want our program where we lower our price, we pick a local nonprofit, a charity, something in a place where people really need it. Like in Fiji, we did an activity with a local orphanage, Laloma Home, played with the kids, talked to the kids, heard what they wanted to be, shared our stories. They showed us their home, and then we made a donation to the orphanage. 10% of the trip cost went to the orphanage. That's a give back effect that helps everyone. One, it helps those who need it most, which are not the people who want to take your program. They learn most by figuring out, how do I get the money to take the programs I want and then grow my business? That's how they learn, not by taking gifts. They learn more because when they pay for a program, they value it and they attend and they get results. Those people learn by paying and not by you giving them something. The people you really help are the people you needed. And you tell them, we did a beach cleanup. That beach needed to be cleaned up. We helped the local community. We helped the beach. We helped Mother Nature. We helped the earth. All of those are positive things. So we're taking our give and putting it where it needs it most, number one. Number two, we're taking those people in that experience with us and giving them an incredible experience, because giving feels good. So that's what, to me, a retreat and experience is. We've got the five, first retreat, gathering people, not too big, not too small. Second, go somewhere outside of your normal. Third is the things that a retreat needs to have: an intention, some fun, some personal growth, relaxation, some adventure, and then some give back. You put those all together, you get an extraordinary, amazing experience. And that experience creates ripples. It creates ripples for the host. It creates ripples for me if I'm helping you do it, because even when I go to a retreat where I'm working, I get to take part in that transformation. And I see what I'm helping you with change your life and change your customers' lives, and on and on. So it's impactful for me. You get an incredible impact for the people in the local community, especially if you interact with them and you learn their customs and you learn what's unique about them and you appreciate that and you're grateful for that. You get the impact of changing the world through the give back effect, through just connecting and learning other things, through being out in nature. So those are all the amazing reasons why a retreat is one of the most transformational parts of it. Yet I do want to talk a little bit about business, because a retreat is also an incredible business tool. And that in the programs I teach, where I do the done for you retreats, I actually use those retreats to help people grow and scale their business. So if you look at a business, there's three areas of business. There's lead generation. That's what you need to start a business. And then once you've generated those leads, there's sales. That's when you sell something to the business. And then the third step is fulfillment. Fulfillment is when you take what you promised in the sales and you give it. Now, typically, those are three separate steps. We do marketing for lead generation, social media posting, events. There's lots of ways to do lead generation. And typically sales is through discovery calls, through selling from stage, through ads, through offers. Those are sales. And then fulfillment is what you promise. And the fulfillment could be a product. The fulfillment could be a service, whatever you promise. A retreat allows you to do all three of those things at once. A retreat is one of the best lead generations, particularly if there are people at the retreat that don't know you well before. You get a group of people at the retreat and they experience you. They experience your magic. They experience momentum. They experience an amazing transformation for themselves. And that generates leads. believes there, believes that they go home and they tell their coworkers, their friends, their partners, I just went on this incredible retreat. I can't wait to go to the next one. You should come with me. So a retreat does lead generation. Now, a retreat does sales. I believe you should make an offer at a retreat. I believe the offer should not necessarily, as I said, profitable businesses are impactful businesses. Yet, if you don't make an offer at a retreat, you're leaving your person hanging. Someone comes to a retreat, they have an incredible time, they have an amazing experience, they've learned a lot, and then you say goodbye and they go home and they backslide. They forgot what they learned. They don't continue. When you make an offer at a retreat, that offer is, wasn't this incredible? Let's keep it going. It's an easy offer that people want to buy. And if you don't give it to them, they're doing you a disservice. Now, it doesn't have to be a detailed planned offer like at an event, but throughout the whole event, you're connecting with people. You're seeing what their needs are. You're seeing what they want, and you're seeing how you can help them. And if you can help them, you should offer that at the retreat. There's the sales. Most people will buy at a retreat. You saw that connection. Amy didn't even make a sale at my retreat or didn't even make an offer. People just learned what she did and said, I want that. When people go to your retreats, they get to know what you do and they want it. And if you're not giving them a way to buy it, then you're not helping you or them. So retreats do sales, and then retreats do fulfillment. Whether it's new people in your world, whether it's your existing clients, whether it's friends and family, retreat in itself is fulfillment, the transformation, the experience. So retreats can grow your business. And like I said, I believe every retreat should have an offer, even if the offer is, hey, we did this retreat, did you love it? Great, we're doing it again in 6 months in a different location. Do you want to put a deposit to that? A retreat could be the offer, or the offer could be a retreat. The offer could be your next coaching program. The offer could be whatever. It could be anything, but it's a way for those people who had this incredible experience to keep it going, to integrate it into their life, to integrate it into their business, and to not backslide. It's a service. So you've got lead generation, sales, and fulfillment all in one fun, exciting, adventurous place. And the last thing about a retreat that I do want to talk about is escape, is fun, is getting out of the ordinary. Because we're all extraordinary people. And as extraordinary people, we crave extraordinary experiences. And fun is a big part of that. Joy is a big part of that. I think if it's not worth doing, if it's not fun, it's probably not worth doing. And fun can be impactful. Fun can be profitable. Fun can change the world. Yet it's still fun. It's still adventure. I'm doing a retreat in Mexico next April, and we're going to have snorkeling and scuba diving. We're going to have a cacao ceremony. We're going to go see ancient ruins. We're going to have music. It's going to be amazing, and it's going to be transformational. It's going to be fun. Life can be fun. Life is joyful. Life should be fun. So that's a lot of what I want to do. I want to give you a chance to ask questions. And I know maybe you're watching this recording, maybe you're watching live. You might, if you have any questions, put them in the chat. I'm happy to answer that. But if not, I want to offer you a chance to book a call with me and to talk about any of this and to see if maybe a retreat is ideal for you. Maybe you want to come on a retreat. Maybe you want to just ask me more questions about magic, movement, momentum. Maybe you can't see that you're extraordinary. So if you want to book a call with me, yourextraordinaryretreat.net. Yourextraordinaryretreat.net. And remember, extraordinary is ordinary with a little extra. Yourextraordinaryretreat.net. That's how you can book a call with me. It's in the chat. You can join me, and we can talk about you. We can talk about, does a retreat fit your business? Does it not? I don't know. I can help you find your magic. I can tell you all the reasons, we can talk for 20 minutes and then I can tell you why I think you're extraordinary. Because I can see that. I know everybody's extraordinary and I can usually figure out what it is about people that are. So I'm happy to share that. So I've talked for a long time. I'm out of breath. Like I said, I didn't want to have a guest this week because recovering with surgery, I wasn't sure how I feel. I feel pretty good and I'm looking forward to my cruise on Saturday. Yet I wanted to have this experience to share my philosophy of life. Life is amazing. Life is extraordinary. I've also said before that bad things going to happen. Life is going to have bad things in it. Yet suffering is optional. You can see those bad things as just part of life, part of magic, part of what's extraordinary about it, part of how we learn and grow. And you can move on with fun and joy and adventure and wonder and awe. And if you ever question, is life extraordinary? Get up and watch the sunrise. Stare at a flower really close. Play with a puppy. Go visit someone, a baby that has a baby, and spend some time. You can see how extraordinary life is, how extraordinary we are, all the experiences that we have. Life is extraordinary. Book a call with me, yourextraordinaryretreat.net. I'd love to hear your story and hear about your extraordinary. And maybe we could figure out if I can help you grow your business or create an incredible experience for your team or whatever it is. Or maybe we can just talk, like I said, connection and love. I love you all. I love everyone. There's no competition. There's plenty of love to go around. I didn't realize that when I first had Hunter. I felt like I love this child so much. I can't have another one because I could never love them both the same. And I never did have another child, but I was wrong. Love's infinite. There's plenty of love. Loving everybody doesn't take away from the love of anyone. Being kind to everyone doesn't take away from everyone else's kindness. Being grateful doesn't take away. And we can all be extraordinary. It doesn't make anyone else less extraordinary. We're all uniquely extraordinary as us. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, email me, book a call, let's talk about it, and have a fantastic day.
As this journey comes to a close, remember, impact isn't found in grand gestures alone. It lives in the conversations we start, the connections we make, and the courage we choose along the way. Today's episode is proof that extraordinary people can create extraordinary change in extraordinary places. And often, it starts closer to home than we ever imagined. So wherever your journey takes you next, lead with purpose, stay curious, and don't underestimate the power of one bold step or one meaningful ripple. If you loved what you heard, please take a moment to like, share, and follow. It's the best way to stay connected and be the first to know when new episodes drop. Until next time, keep moving forward because the world is waiting for what you bring to it.